Dr. Tess Mauricio, America's favorite dermatologist, has been a close friend of Health Beauty Life and has been featured in many of our shows. Not only is she on the forefront of technology using today's most state-of-the-art procedures, she is also the celebrated author of California Total Beauty. We felt it was time to learn why Dr. Tess has become not only America's favorite dermatologist, but a Health Beauty Life favorite.
Well, once again, today we're with one of my favorite all-time guests, Dr. Tess Mauricio. And how are you today, Tess?
I'm doing great.
Yeah, and
Just catching up with you, right?
Yeah, well, you know, we always do techniques and different services on me and, you know, what's the hottest, latest thing. But I want the people to know about Dr. Tess and where you came from. How did this amazing person come to be? And I don't know if everybody realizes this, especially my viewers, is that literally, you know, you have a TV show, you're all over the world, you're gorgeous, you're intelligent, you're Summa Cum Laude graduate, but it didn't start out that way.
No.
You start out with some challenges, and tell the audience about it.
Well, I grew up in the Philippines, my whole family. I'm the oldest of 4 kids. And it was during the time where, you know, we thought there was going to be a revolution. And so my family had an opportunity to just leave everything that we had in the Philippines.
Just leave your lives behind.
Leave everything.
That's a big risk.
Exactly, but you know, my mom was afraid there was going to be war and we won't be able to leave, so we left. I was 12 years old, just graduated from 6th grade. We had a pretty nice life there, you know, we had my parents had good jobs, and we really didn't need anything, you know. We were really happy. My childhood in the Philippines was really happy. Then we moved here and we really had to start from scratch. Right. I think one of the things that my mom and dad always stressed was, this is a temporary place. We came here, you know who you are and your worth and what you can do. And you can pull yourself out of this situation. Yeah.
It's the dream. It's the American dream.
Absolutely.
Literally.
Every time I started school, wherever it was, you know, I always had goals. And I told my mom when I started Hoover High that, okay, Mom, I'm going to graduate a valedictorian. And I did everything that I needed to do. And I did. I was valedictorian, ROTC, battalion commander, editor-in-chief.
Yeah, spin the gun and everything?
Absolutely.
You know, the funny thing is, I did not realize that you started out in engineering. Did you actually start out, or did you go just for pre-med, or what happened?
Here it is. I always wanted to be a doctor growing up, ever since I was young. But, you know, being poor, you have to be practical. Right. And so I can't just say, well, I'm going to do biology, and if I graduate in biology, what am I going to do? How am I going to support my family? Right. So I said, I'm going to do engineering, and actually I was first an electrical engineering major at UCSD. And so I did all of the physics, all of the math. Wow. I was one of the few female students in engineering at UCSD at the time. And I aced them all. I aced all the classes, and I said, okay, after 2 years of engineering, I said, I think I will have good enough grades that I will absolutely get into medical school. So that's when I switched my major. Okay. So then I switched to, you know, to biochemistry, and then applied to medical school. But my passion was medicine. But again, when you know you have to think of financial and being practical. Sure. That was the reason.
Well, I know too, I mean, maybe one of the reasons you were led to dermatology is you had challenges with your skin as a kid, and image problems. I mean, I don't know if I'd say image problems, but would that be true?
I think it's true. I mean, I have a deep appreciation of how the way our skin looks impact the way we feel. You know, one of my, I guess, saving graces is that my mom also always made a point to try to tell us about all the good things about us. Right. And
positive reinforcement.
Exactly, and encourage us that way.
That's probably a good thing, because you have a base you can fall back on, whether you have the beauty, because sometimes that does fade, unless you know Dr. Tess, right? Yes. And you have a good base, so you didn't have to depend on your looks, which, like I say, a lot of people do that, and they fade.
And it's one of those things too that made me realize, you know, inner beauty in the end is really what counts.
That's right.
Because like you said, you know, even with my help, eventually, you know, the level of what we accept as beautiful will change for all of us.
That's right.
And so what's most important really is, you know, you keep yourself psychologically intact, you have your support system, you know, you have the people around you, and you're doing something that is fulfilling for you.
That's right. I love it. It's great. It's a great philosophy, and it's working for you, and you've helped so many people. Thanks so much.
It's I feel very privileged that, again, I've gone through the journey, and that's why on my TV show I also kind of bring my viewers in so that they can be part of the journey, and then they also can be inspired and educated that wherever they are in their lives, physically or emotionally, they can really do something right now to change their situation, make it better.
Well, thanks so much.
Thank you,
Appreciate
Patrick.
it. And thank you so much for being here with us. And until next time, just remember to enjoy.